Hi, I'm Kerry. I'm the host of Best of Us Investors, and we're a tribe of folks who work together to make good investment decisions. And periodically, at least once a week, we have a Zoom meeting where we talk about what my thoughts are, and I share, and then people ask me questions and share their thoughts. And so we're approaching this investment game as a tribe, as a group of people who want to help each other. And yesterday's, that would be Thursday's conversation, I thought was very beneficial because it was challenging. They were asking me, in fact, Nick, a lawyer out of Boston, was asking me about my decision to liquidate my holdings in Tesla, and I explained they had to do with my exposure to China. And he challenged me as to that I was making a mistake. And I shared with him my thoughts, and I want to share those thoughts with you. And then the next conversation went to, well, what are you doing about your biotech stocks? They're really getting beat up, and what are your thoughts on that? So I thought it was a very good conversation, and then it was really driven home to me. And I got an email from Frank from London. He's an Irishman. He lives in London. And he asked me a very hard question that I want to share with you. I've got some paperwork I've got to take care of, and that is to say I'm not your financial advisor, and I got to put that in writing so you can't sue me. I'll be right back.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
Nick basically challenged me as to why I sold Tesla. And didn't I see a future in Tesla? And didn't I feel that it was a good, solid investment that I should hang on to? And I reiterated to Nick that, yes, the only reason I got out of Tesla right now was because of their China exposure. And I believe that the China economy is going to hurt very, very bad because of their real estate dealings. And I don't think the Chinese are going to be buying as many Teslas as Elon thought they were. In fact, I don't think they're going to be buying much of anything for probably the next 2 years. They're going to be making a tremendous effort to sell us merchandise as they try to get their economy back up on the ground, off the ground. But I think China is in for some tough times. I think there's going to be a ripple effect, and I wanted to eliminate my exposure to Tesla. He then made the comment that, yeah, but Tesla is the company of the future. It is going to go to 5,000. And I made the statement, I think that Tesla has had its day. And I want to show you this chart and show you why I think Tesla has had its day. Now, do I think it's going to go to 5,000? I do. And I will own it because I do. But right now, as I said, I'm out of it because of its position relative to China. Look at this chart. I went back and I found that on October the 8th, 2016, I could have bought Tesla for $40 a share. So now we are here on October the 8th, 2021. So that's 5 years, and I could sell it for $787. That's a 1,900% gain. So the question is Tesla's big gain over? Because if we use Kathy Wood's analogy or prediction that by October the 8th on 2030, it's going to be $5,000 a share, well, that's going to be a 600% gain. That's not bad, and I'll take it, and I'll be happy with it. But I said to Nick, I think you got to recognize that to make big money in the stock market, you've got to recognize the undervalued assets that the market hasn't recognized their future potential. And that's what Tesla was on October the 8th, 2016. It certainly is not an undervalued and unrecognized asset today on October 6, 2021, but it does have good growth potential. And it does make good margins. But as I pointed out to Nick, it's the only car of its kind right now that we in the United States can buy. So thus its margins will be high. But I expect those margins to come down when Cadillac and BMW and Mercedes and Lexus offer comparable automobiles, and as General Motors and Ford and Volkswagen and Toyota offer comparable automobiles, their margins will come down. So I believe that to buy Tesla today and hold it to October 30th, yeah, you're going to get a 600% or a 6x return. Then what I said to him was, then the next question came was, what are you doing about your biotech stock? Well, I want you to show you, and I own a number of them. I own CRISPR, I own Beam, I own Nutella, I own Caribou, and I own Invate. And these are all genome therapy stocks that I think are undervalued based on what's going to happen in the future. And so I want to use Editas. This was one of the first ones I got involved in. I know a lot about the people who founded it. I've read the code breaker, so I understand the technology, so I'm comfortable with these stocks. I also believe that, in fact, they are the undervalued assets that are going to have extreme value in the future. So I want to now show you the graph that I've put together, the chart that I put together on Editas. Editas today is selling for $34 a share. Again, follow my analogy from Tesla. So if it gets a 19% or 19x gain, a 1,900% gain in 2006, 5 years, I believe it'll be at $686. And I think, though, that my logic is these are companies that are not going to provide me with an electric vehicle. They're going to provide me with a new life. They're going to take the diseases that kill us out of our bodies so that we can live forever, theoretically. And I just believe that that's more important to me anyway, I don't know about you, than an electric vehicle. If these companies, the Editas, the CRISPR, the Beam, the Nutella, the Caribou, and the Invate can provide us with the ability to take that kind of disease out of our life, I think its multiple is greater than that of an electric vehicle. That's my opinion. And so that's what I was trying to explain to the people on our phone call, that's where I'm going with it. Then, as it might happen, I got an email from Frank. Frank is a Irishman that lives in London. And Frank wrote me a letter, and he basically told me that his wife is suffering from a rare cancer called Lynch syndrome. He explains that his wife and sister have a cancer gene called Lynch syndrome. They have both had cancer. My wife, when 38 years old, and then their mother, aunt, and uncle died in their 40s. He's basically saying he can't find any information on it. Could I help him? Well, I know some doctors here in Birmingham that are head of the cancer department of some of the hospitals. So I shared Frank's letter with them and asked them to write back to Frank and see if he can extend some further knowledge, to give Frank some direction to go. This has happened before. This is kind of part of our tribe. We try to help each other. But what it drove home to me was Frank is there in London. His wife has a rare disease. There's a history of death within the family. What's more important to Frank right now? Editas, CRISPR, Invate, or Tesla? What is Frank looking for? And what could make his life better? An electric vehicle or a cure for cancer? So where is the undervalued asset here? Where do I want, as an investor, to put my money? I believe, and I have shared this numerous times with you, I believe the most important event that happened in my lifetime of 77 years happened March of 2020, when we were alerted to the fact that our healthcare system was broken, that disease can be cured. It doesn't have to be treated. I have done numerous videos where I've shown you that there are doctors, there are scientists working right now to make sure that the next virus doesn't do what it did this time. And from that same technology that gave us these vaccines, CRISPR, we are learning how to take disease out of our body. We're learning how to cure rather than treat. My daughter was treated with chemotherapy, which is a drug that is injected in your body to kill every cell that is growing in your body. And thus, if the cancer is growing, it will kill it. Well, it kills everything else along with it, and she eventually died of septic blood. So it's important to me that this kind of technology, it's important to Frank. It's worth more than a $75,000 electric vehicle. And if and when it comes, it will get a better multiple than 19. I'm convinced of that. So, to answer the question that I was asked, why aren't you selling your biotechs now? As the NASDAQ market is going down, they're going down as well. I'm betting on this horse. I'm betting on about 5 of them. In there, I think I have the winner. And I think these are the most undervalued assets available to us today, followed only by the next major problem that we are facing, and that is a broken supply chain. We have a broken healthcare system, and we have a broken supply chain, and that's where I'm investing my money. Will I get back in Tesla? Yeah, once they figure out what's going to happen in China, and if the Chinese are ever going to buy another car in their life, and how that affects Tesla. So I think it's very valuable what happens in my life. I do these videos. I get up every day and I say, what is it they want to talk about? And I thought back to, they want to talk about what you talked to you about last night with your tribe. We're going to have another meeting tonight. This is Friday. We have a meeting every Friday at 3, and then every other Thursday where we dig in a little deeper. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. I wanted to explain some of the things I've done and some of the things I'm doing. And I wanted to invite you to become a member of our tribe. And you tell me how I can help you make better investment decisions. Talk to you again tomorrow.